Hey there, this is Morten from Amaranthe. You're watching Interview Under Fire.
I want to welcome you to Interview Under Fire and welcome back to Dallas. When was the last time you guys were here? Have you been to Dallas before in Amaranthe's past? When was the last time?
Well, first of all, thank you. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we've been here a couple of times. I think maybe even 3 times before.
3 times?
Three times.
Last time was pre-pandemic, right?
All the times have been pre-pandemic.
Isn't that weird? Like the conversations now, it's like the last time you saw someone, it's, hey, did I see you before 2020 or was it after?
Yeah.
Because it's been,
There's a before
three
and
and a
after
half
now.
years.
Yeah.
But thank you for taking the time to sit with me today. I feel like it's been way overdue to have you guys back.
Yeah,
and since your last trip down here, I think it was 2015 now that the memory's coming back.
Last time we went here was 17.
Was it 17?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But having said that,
anyway,
but seriously, having said that, but it's just a really exciting way to finish off 2023 with of course Dragonforce, Edge of Paradise, Nano War of Steel. First off, I don't think I asked you this. How are you? I know we're early in the tour. How have things been? These are exciting times.
Yeah.
Tell me how it's been going.
It's going amazing actually. Super chill tour so far. This is like, if my counting is right, it's the 4th show on the tour.
Yeah, pretty early.
Yeah.
And
yeah, so far so good, you know.
And it's good to see you guys here too. I was watching you guys sound check. You guys, I haven't seen you guys live yet. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So we had Elise on my show, and we were just talking about the live presence that you guys bring to the fans.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, the popular topic I like to talk about with my guests is about Texas, right?
Yeah.
And this has been a popular destination stop for countless of bands over the years. We mentioned it last time here was 2017.
Yeah.
But the crowd has always been great.
Yeah.
I've seen the live footage. You got some great fans standing out there. When I came in, like it's going to be a packed show even though it's raining.
Yeah.
But what is it about Texas, Morten, that, you know, or even Dallas that keeps bringing you guys back? You know, I know this is the second of 3 stops you're making because you guys are in, I think, Austin tomorrow or Houston.
Houston tomorrow. Yeah. We were in Austin yesterday.
Yeah. So tell me about Texas. What comes to mind when you hear that name?
Yeah, it's the weather. You know? The rain.
Yeah, that's definitely the first thing on mind. But
well, I mean, yeah, it's definitely a special atmosphere here in Texas compared to even like California, for example. I mean, every state has its own.
California is my second home, so.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, I like that as well. You know, every state has its own charm and its own kind of crowds, and here they're very loud, I would say. Very dedicated.
What's the saying? Everything is bigger in Texas.
Bigger and louder.
Yeah,
and
let's say everything is louder.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about heavy metal.
Yeah.
Before we move on, Morten, I can't help but ask if you guys have been to this place called Buc-ee's yet,
No.
because so I know you guys just got to Texas yesterday, but this is, if you guys are around, I know you have one more day. I promise you'll probably pass by it on the way here.
Yeah.
Ask Bossy about it. I'll probably tell him before you guys leave, but this is a gas and convenience store, but it's like a museum.
Oh, really?
Every band I have hosted on my show, they always ask, what is Buc-ee's? What is Buc-ee's? Can I go? Crypta, one of the death metal bands, all-girl death metal band. And Fernanda came and she was talking about how Buc-ee's was just like, it's a tour stop now for musicians.
Yeah?
So,
Okay.
letting you know that's, and they have like hot fudge there. They have jerky, they have barbecue. I have the list right here, kolaches. I mean, it's just it's just a bunch of stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And I know you guys are from Sweden, so I don't know. It's like if I were to go to Sweden, what's like something that you have to tell someone? Hey, you got to stop here.
Yeah. But first of all, I have to tell you, I have to warn you. I'm not from Sweden. I'm from Denmark.
Oh, that's the band collectively is from Sweden.
The band is from. I'm like the only member from Denmark. So.
Okay, let's switch the topic. For a Danish person like you know.
Yeah.
What's one thing that, hey, I'm going to Denmark? What would you recommend for me to go to? Like if I was there for just a day or two?
For a day, I mean, you probably have to go to Copenhagen and just to see like the you know, the city and all that, like the little boats and, you know, little cute houses and all that stuff. I mean, we have some good, really good food as well, you know.
Yeah.
Here in Texas, I know it's amazing. I had some amazing brisket yesterday and crazy.
Oh, the brisket is perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, is for Danish, what's the popular, I guess, the meal, the course? Because you know Texas barbecue, right?
Yeah.
For Denmark,
In
what would
Denmark,
it be?
it's stikflæsk with persille sauce.
Okay.
You know?
Is there?
You don't know?
I have to look around to see if there's anything around there.
So to translate, this is like a fried, like it's like kind of like the pork. Like the back of the pork, like fried, like really fatty, but in a really crispy, nice way.
That sounds like something that would go well with brisket.
Yeah, it would actually. It's kind of in the same family somehow. And then with the potatoes and sauce, you know, we're very much into potatoes and sauce and all that heavy shit.
I'm planning to go to Europe next summer, so I'm marking down my list. Now, Morten, last night you were in Austin, like I said. I know we're in the beginning of this tour, but are you getting to spend any time in these cities? Because being on the road, it's always a different answer with every guest I have. How much time are you getting to spend for yourself? Because, you know, have the gas prices affected you guys? Have you guys been looking around the city, visiting them? You're in Dallas, I know, just for one night. It's been raining today, but...
Well, yeah, I mean, that's too bad today, because I would have loved to go see some...
Yeah, sightseeing, right?
Yeah, we were talking about going to Fort Worth and stuff, you know, but...
It's actually not too far from here, because we're technically in Greenville, but maybe that could be a stop. And what are some essentials you take with you on the road?
Oh, like, I mean... Underwear and socks, right?
What is, because I always get
pretty boring.
Some guests say, "Oh, I have to take a Nintendo Switch with me. I have to take this comic book with me." I had one person who told me I take a stuffed animal with me because it helps with the mental health and things of that nature.
I think then you have a problem.
I've never heard of that before, but that's an interesting. That was an interesting topic.
If you need to bring a stuffed animal, I think you have bigger problems than.
It's something to remind you of home, I guess. So that's one to think about. And now, Morten, this part, I didn't get a chance to speak to Elise about it, but coming from a drummer, right? A very unique thing about Amaranthe, and I don't know if, for fans who may not know, aside from the whole symphonic and melodic death metal style that you guys play, you guys have 3 vocalists. Not 1, not 2, but 3, which makes you not only stand out, but the talent really shows. And it's not just let's have 3 vocalists for the sake of 3 vocalists, right?
No.
But Elise, Nils, and Michael, right?
Yeah.
They all have a special quality that make up this band into what it is. As a drummer, tell me more about this. Is there a challenge or a convenience for a band like Amaranthe to have a lineup like this? Whether it's in the studio, whether it's in person, live in front of the live setting, which you're about to play?
Yeah.
How is it for a drummer? Does it get crazy because you guys have to now separate the vocal parts into 3 different areas?
It's always been pretty natural, you know, with Amaranthe. First of all, the songs are very, very compressed. They're super short, mostly.
Yeah.
And a shit ton of stuff happening, even though it's like a pretty straightforward structure.
Yeah.
Every second matters even more then, you know. So you have to really, like, everything is always like fully maximized. Yeah? Like we squeeze everything in there somehow. And having the 3 different singers just adds the possibility for endless flavors, you know.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see. And then your new vocalist, Michael Salen, he actually took over after Henrik left.
Yeah.
Talk about him. What new element does he bring into the band that you guys may not have had in the past? Well, because now you're coming out with a new album in February, so...
I mean, Michael is pretty similar to Henrik, actually. His voice, I mean, they're even from the same town and everything.
Did you know him before Henrik left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we knew him. We toured together in 2015.
Okay.
But his other band back then,
Yeah, but now he's going to be on stage now with you guys, so it's going to be...
He's a beast. He's doing fucking great every night. He's killing it completely, on the album and on stage. Super solid. And good dude.
Having said that, you know, you guys are touring with, of course, Dragonforce, Edge of Paradise, Nanowar Steel. This lineup, right? This is an important lineup for a lot of, you know, power metal and symphonic metal fans. You've got some veterans in the lineup from a whole movement of music. Here's the thing, I always ask questions about chemistry between different members of the same band, which I did with Elise, and you guys had that, because I find those stories really interesting. But in this case, right, I want to talk about the chemistry between the different bands on this tour. Because do you think it takes chemistry to make tours like these work?
Yeah, for sure.
And what kind of chemistry do you take with you on the road?
Yeah. Well, first of all, we've known the Dragonforce guys for many years, actually. Even since our very first shows in around like 10 years ago or whenever it was.
Yeah.
Who's counting?
We've been throwing a lot of numbers in this interview. So.
But you know, especially Sam and Herman, they came to our shows. I mean, every time we played in the UK, they always hang around, and we've been good friends, and we met up at festivals and or like seeing each other at airports, and you know, so they always been good friends. So
before you met them, were you like me? Did you play Guitar Hero?
Actually, I never played Guitar Hero.
You never did.
No.
You're a drummer, so
yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
But they started adding the drums later. But of course, you know, Dragonforce. That was actually I knew Dragonforce before Guitar Hero, and then obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
But I wonder how much that topic gets discussed between those guys all the time.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Now, as a drummer, right? Both of my brothers are drummers, like I just mentioned. You guys just finished. I think you guys finished up the Catalyst just recently, right?
I mean, the drums were finished like fucking. I mean, half a year ago.
Good lord! I mean, Damnation Flame and I think it's Insatiable.
Yeah.
Will we hear both of those tonight?
Yeah, you're gonna hear Damnation Flame.
Okay.
Insatiable, that will wait until later on this tour.
And I wonder if like these songs can serve as a sneak peek into what's to come on the rest of the album, or are we just barely?
No, it's not a sneak peek.
The surface.
No, you have no idea.
Man,
every song.
I know we're still a couple months away, but
you cannot listen to this song and then like, oh, so the album is going in that direction. It's that kind of album. No, because the next single will be something completely different.
And I thought Manifest was Amaranthe at its peak. Yeah. I still listen to Manifest today, but did you guys bring back Jacob Hansen again this time? Man, that guy, I don't know how he does it. It's like his resume just keeps growing and growing and growing. But did you do anything different as a drummer for this album as opposed to?
It's just like free. There's no boundaries, you know. Like creatively speaking, there is no one like play like this, you know. It's like we do it as a team, you know. I sit with the drums and write everything as we go along, you know. It's not like most of the stuff is written in the studio on the spot, pretty much.
Are you someone who listens to the final tracks and then you go back and listen to it and then you go, you know what, I should have done it this way?
No, it's a waste of time. I mean, there are certain things that's gonna change once you start playing the songs live, and then you just change little things here and there live, and it's all good.
Are you gonna do that up there?
Yeah, for sure. I do it every night.
Yeah, it's really cool to see. I can't. I'll probably bring. You may have to come back on my show to talk about the Catalyst once we get closer. But as we finish out this conversation, thank you so much. This is last minute, but if my math is correct, and it'll be interesting hearing from you. I think Amaranthe is 15 years now into the history.
Yeah,
roughly.
I mean, first album 2011. You know, yeah.
But I remember I listened to the first album. Yeah. I have the first album. Like I'm one of the. You guys were actually one of my favorite like symphonic metal bands to come out, and you guys just kept stacking on one after the other. But I feel like you guys have one-upped yourselves with Manifest. I think that's your best word, but of course, we can't wait to hear.
Yeah, it was up until now. I mean,
the Catalyst, but and you've seen the lineup changes also here and there. It's not an easy thing to do, playing the music you have for 15 years with the same band or whatever band you were with, right? But is there a challenge of keeping things fresh for a band that's been around for 15 years, for 7 albums?
No.
And do you ever stop to look back on how far that you've come with the band?
I don't really look back, to be honest. I mean, I think we all in the band still think that all the exciting stuff is ahead, you know? Everything still feels brand new, and it's like it's still just the beginning, you know? There's a lot of stuff to do and a lot of music to write, and there's no lack of creativity from anyone, so...
Yeah, I appreciate that answer, because I always get that so many different kinds of answers when I ask that question, because I think it's important to celebrate the band's successes along the way too. Because 7 albums, man, that's it's just adding on to the legend of Amaranthe is what I usually say.
The legend of Amaranthe.
But Morten, I want to thank you for just taking the time to sit with me today. This has been a lot of fun. I can't wait I'll be up there shooting photos.
Yeah, cool.
Of you guys, so look for me in that crowd. But. What are you looking forward to for the rest of this tour? Is there a city that you're looking to go visit, or a specific one that's on your list that you circle that, hey, I can't wait to go here?
I mean, a lot of the cities we've already been in before.
Yeah.
It's always nice to be here down south, you know, where it's warm. You know, coming from Scandinavia, so where you appreciate the extra. You
guys are going up north later, though, right?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
And I have to say that the shows in Canada is always extra amazing.
They always go crazy, man.
Toronto and Montreal is fucking crazy.
And then, is this your last tour for the year, or do you have? Like, what else
We
do you
have a
got
couple
coming
of more shows, but yeah, besides that, it's
Yeah.
the last like tour. Then we start Europe next year with the kind of the same lineup.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Now, last thing, any shout outs, anything else you'd like to mention or promote as far as Amaranthe, the Catalyst, the tour, message for the fans, whatever you want to say. The floor is yours.
Well,
Last words.
Well, I just hope that people will come to the shows and have a good time and listen to our music. And I mean, it's like this ecosystem you create as a band, you know, and you kind of feed off each other, like the fans and the band. So it's like it's this nice circle of what do you call it? I mean, you tour and you come back, and you know you see the same fans again and again, and they bring more of their friends, and it's nice.
It really builds that relationship with the fan base too.
Yeah, it
so
does,
and I hope you guys come over more often. I know the pandemic is
we will come
on
more
the plus
often,
side of things now,
Yeah,
of course, but somehow we aged 3 years.
Yeah.
I'm still not over 2019 mentally, but it's,
I know. Yeah.
it's so weird to think about. But Morten, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Have a great tour. Go crush it up there, and I'll see you out there, man.
Yeah, awesome.
Cool.
Cool.